Hey, you're here with Minnie and Ðean, and today I want to talk to you about my personal struggle with ADHD. I don't know if you struggle with anything sort of like that, but it can be overwhelming and disabling at times. And I thought that might be a good discussion to have to be real and honest about someone in the field with their own struggle.
Right on.
Yeah. So, I was talking with you yesterday and I had told you how for like 3 weeks I was down. I was down and out. I didn't want to do anything. I felt paralyzed. The only thing I did was get up and go to the store if we had to have groceries or if it was a have to
Right.
go to work. You know, other than that, I wasn't functioning. Like housework got behind and all these things happened and I started drinking
Uh-huh.
heavy again, all of a sudden out of nowhere. And I got so sick from the alcohol. I mean, so sick. I turned red, just tears streaming. I looked in the mirror and I had to say, oh my God, this is what people see when they look at me.
Wow.
And can you imagine how that felt to get that realization?
Yeah. Well, and this, as a side note, I don't know if all Asians have this, but for myself, when I drink, I get red, like really red, like all over. And it's because I think I'm allergic to alcohol. And so like it makes me really sick right away. I instantly get like a hangover, a headache, and I start getting all pissed off and I become kind of mean sometimes. And happy
Oh,
at the same
wow.
time. It's kind of fucked up, but Um, yeah. So yeah, I kind of know how getting red and feeling sick feels like when I drink.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But
another
then you
thing
add
too,
that,
though,
yeah.
another thing too, though, is that I didn't know ADHD was or had the effect of what would you call it, like lethargy or
Lethargy.
yeah,
Well,
I
I
thought it was
didn't
the opposite.
really, well, I guess there's different stages. I can only talk what I'm living,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not talking for doctors or, my coaching or anything like that. I'm speaking from my personal experience, just so somebody out there might say, you know what? It's not just me. I'm not a horrible, miserable, pathetic person. This is the demon in my head lying to me.
Right.
This is the person that everyone else expects you to be because you haven't shown them who you are.
Hmm.
You haven't stood up from that chair and got your power back. You haven't taken one step. I went as far as when I walked in the kitchen, I did one dish, just one.
Right, right,
Or
right.
I took meat out of the freezer for dinner. One thing, and I congratulate myself for that.
There you
We
go.
had a celebration Monday, my whole family, because I got up at 5:30 in the morning, took my car in, got it serviced, did everything I was supposed to do, come home, wash dishes, and cook dinner, which I hadn't done in 3 weeks. It was eating out sandwiches, ramen, or cereal.
Wow.
So, I mean, it got bad. And I just don't think that there's enough awareness out there from people that are really struggling with it in the coaching field
Right. Right.
because
Yeah,
they've got to be the strong one. The coach needs their coach.
right. Right, 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 right. Well, that actually makes it more real, you know? I mean, than to be separate from coaching and having symptoms.
True. See,
Yeah.
and like I've stated, I can only speak from what I'm going through.
Right. Right. Well, I think it makes it more valuable personally because, you're going through it.
definitely. But to realize, they say, studies say, I'm not sure what studies, that children of alcoholic parents and those who ended up with codependency and things of that sort of nature tend to roll into an addiction area of their life. And it's to cope with our own inadequacies of everything that was said and done to us that programmed us into that mindset. And in that mindset, we can only see this far.
Right,
Seriously, the
right.
nose in front of your face, because it's all survival.
Yeah, yeah, right. And that's one thing I've been looking at. Like, remember I told you I wrote that book recently, and
Yes, sir.
the thing is like um coming from survival is do you think that in some ways it's also coming from like a scarcity type uh feeling, you know what I mean? Like when you're in that
The
in
unworthiness
no, not unworthiness, more like just like the fact that it's like it's just scary, you know?
could be fearful.
Yeah,
I'm not, okay. Yes, it is very scary.
right.
When I was being actively abused, um, first, well, growing up and then my first marriage, um, the fear of the person and not doing it right for them, and you still get beat even if you do,
Hmm.
that fear is so hard to explain. But mostly it's fear of self, because when you're in that position, you have no one to turn to. The cops couldn't find my house, or they arrested me instead of him, or,
What?
I mean, yes, the cops in my town were so crooked, and we lived on 26 acres. So they could never find the house when he was beating me, but they
Whoa.
found it for a noise ordinance call. And I thought that was pretty crazy. So,
Huh.
I mean, it was that kind of era when I was in my 20s. And I'm just thinking that so many people, if they knew their worth, I really want to reach the people that want to know their worth through the abuse. Like they're actively living it. I want
Right.
to help them see where they're at, because when they grow, they believe.
Okay.
They're stuck in their inner prison, even worse than their outer cell.
Right. Right. So, did you have the ADHD during that time too, or
I've had it my whole life. I was diagnosed 5 years ago.
oh, so you didn't know at
No,
that
I
time?
didn't know about my health problems. I had to have a reconstructive heart surgery at 23 during this abuse, and
Whoa.
it got pretty ugly. I almost died. I had 2 weeks left to live, but that's a story for another day. Um, so anyway, you go through all these things, and you're in the addiction with them, because the codependency is the addiction. So
Right.
you'll do and say whatever needs to be done to feel safe.
Hmm.
And that safe is just never there, because you could be perfect all day and then they have a trigger and you're done. It
Hmm.
has nothing to do with you. It has to do with what's going on in their mind. And if we could just realize that the words that people are shooting at us are coming from their own perceptions, from their raising. from their beginning, from their everything. But when they come from that cycle, it is a very difficult cycle to break.
Wow.
It's worse than addiction because now you're terrified of everyone, everything. You can't trust the cops. You can't trust anyone. I got busted in on at safe houses. He found me. So I mean, there's so much to be told, so much to talk about, and so many stories that I think could help others. And I'm just so thankful that we decided to collaborate and do this because I really think that there's a lot of value in sharing personal war stories.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
If you have a war story you want to share
um,
of survival,
well, for myself, it's probably survival of my undoing, I would say, only because I remember uh see I don't know I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but I do remember as I recall back, I know that I probably do have it, and because of how I function sometimes. And the thing
right?
is that I remember my brother-in-law he was diagnosed with it years ago, and he found out that it slowed him down, and taking ADHD
Right.
medication, and at that after a while he had stopped taking it, and then me and him we started doing freaking meth, and and by doing so I had noticed that meth had the same thing. It the same effect as what the ADHD medication did for my brother-in-law, and it slowed me down too. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, it made it to where um I wasn't the you know fast talking whatever you would think of, but I would just totally slow down and just really, I mean, think about what I was saying and all that jazz, and it was really weird. Um Although, even though my mind was going super fast, but like I didn't say anything, I would just shut up and just observe. And so yeah, that's weird. I don't know why it did that to me. Have you ever heard of that happening to other people or yeah?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Um, it's the chemical wiring in our brain. I've done a lot of schooling. I love to study. So, from what I understand, my own personal, no doctors, my own personal understanding is that there are these chemicals in our mind that get clogged, damaged. They've held too much shit too long, whatever. And we become like a repetitive cycle in our head. We're
Okay.
just a one record disc. We can't see the bubble over here of I haven't talked to my sister in a month. We can't see the bubble over there that I haven't got on the floor and played with my kid all week. And we don't see the bubble over there. All we see is that record, that record
Right.
through our
Right.
eyes and through our mind. Think about when you get stuck and lost on a problem. Isn't that all you focus on? You're
Yeah.
there. When you sit down and go, oh, I'm just done. I can't. Guess what? Now you can't.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
even knowing all this, I was down for 3 weeks. So I mean, it's real, people. This stuff is real. Now, I do want to talk about medication. For me, I cannot do Adderall. It will kill me.
Whoa.
That stuff is horrible. Um, I can't even describe what it did to me. It was so bad.
Wow.
I take a certain one that has no side effects. And well, I guess I can tell everybody I take Strattera, and I've been out of it for 3 months, and I can tell a huge difference. So I've gotten in touch with my doctor, and I'll be able to be going back on that medicine. But I tried to go all holistic, all vitamins, and I've decided to stay all vitamins except for three of the medications I have to have.
And that doesn't conflict with the meds?
No, no,
Oh,
the
okay.
vitamins. Oh, I get all my blood tested through the doctor and my vitamin levels checked
Yeah.
because I have a vitamin deficiency. So I don't make vitamins. I have to supplement.
Uh-huh.
So it's not for everyone. I have to supplement. Um, but my blood work is ran and pres- I basically prescribe vitamins.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, because mine gets so low.
So what you're saying is that there are times um where you need to be on the medication and there's other people might have the same thing to where um they can't cut it out totally.
Right. And it's hard and it's dangerous to cut it out,
Wow.
especially without a doctor's help. You have to
Wow.
be weaned off any kind of medication like that. It's very
Interesting.
dangerous. Yeah. So, I mean, without a doctor's care, I don't think you should be taking anything. And, you know, I really want to go completely holistic. And I think as I grow and more trauma keeps, removing itself from me,
Yeah.
I'm going to pause right there and interrupt myself because I want to share this. I have been having thoughts that are so deep and so profound about my life and the lessons I should have learned already from the repetitive cycles in my life.
Hmm.
And they'll come to me, and I'm like, oh my God, for 40 years, I've been like this. And it was just that one thought. And then as soon as I correct it in my head, all of it goes away. And it's like
Wow.
refreshing. And it's happening more and more. The more I grow, the more I get coached, the more I coach, it's like I'm having these tiny realizations. And I wish they'd stay so I could write the lesson down,
Right.
but they're gone. As soon as I make peace with it, it's gone.
So do you think that you're like subconsciously um like genuinely letting go right away and that's what puts it keeps it
Yes.
gone or whatever?
Yeah. I'm subconsciously letting go. I'm in a
Wow.
hypnotic state. I
Uh-huh.
go into a hypnotic state and then I sit and I turn on, I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but I have a special music playing. And it's just, I don't know, this stuff is just so interesting to me. I just, sometimes I lose words. Just being in the moment with your mind and calming down in a meditative, hypnotic state with a soft music on. There's nothing like it. It's like being in a room where you're not scared of anything. Being
Right.
5 years old again, where you didn't have to make sure your back was against the wall so you could see the whole room.
Right.
It's an
Right.
innocent feeling
You know,
to get in that hypnotic state.
the
It's, uh,
the I remember our session together that we did and also too I also did a meditative exercise by myself,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
it felt the same. And what was interesting though is that while I was in that state, it felt exactly what you just described, to where
Yes.
to where it was almost as if like I was at one with everything, yet nothing at the same time, you know? And
Mhm.
it was such a weird state because um the beautiful part of it, I think, was that it was just being present, you know,
Yeah.
yet being able to see like what I thought was me as being something that I could just let go, you know, like the things that were the ego tripping, you know, kind of things, you know, being
Right.
able to let those things
Right.
go and see myself for who I am. And it's just in in its most simplistic state. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but
It really does. It's like it's a self-soothing kind of.
yeah,
And
right.
even with hypnosis, so many people fear it. You're gonna make me cluck like a chicken. But a true hypnotist, not a show hypnotist, we bring that tranquil. And the difference between meditation and hypnosis is we are going to suggest to you your exact desires that your conscious mind won't allow you to partake in. So we go and we distract your conscious mind. We talk to your subconscious, get some answers, and we feed them to you. And we tell you what you need to hear about you from your own mouth
Wow.
so you can get back up. And that's the only backup plan you need.
Yeah, I find that part really amazing. Um, because it reminds me of I think I told you this that I told you this a while back when I read this NLP book, and I took an example from that and I had used it, you know, for myself. And I had noticed that what in the exercise all I did was take, you know, something very beautiful from my past and bring it to the present. And 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 as I stand in the present, now those two merge. And
Yes,
yeah, and they become um this was an exercise for, you know, getting past like or motivating myself to do something that I didn't want to do. And and
true.
so when I wanted to do something, I would visualize myself getting into that into doing the act, but yet feeling that feeling of that, you know, that beautiful feeling. And bringing those two together eliminates the you know, the procrastination, I guess you could say, you know?
Yeah, the overwhelm.
Yeah,
That
the overwhelm.
because
Yeah.
that's what it was for me. The dishes were overwhelming. There were too many. It was a
Okay.
whole dinner, you know.
Yeah.
So that's when I had to say, okay, every time I get up, because this was the last 3 weeks, I was drinking. Every time I get up to get a shot, I have to do a dish.
Right, right, right.
It's as simple as just, I mean, the way you do it, the way I do it, the way the
Yeah.
next person does it. You have to find it within you, what works for you, not
Right.
what anybody else says. You got to find
Right.
what makes you tick. What makes me tick
Yeah.
is one chore. If I get one thing done a day, I'll congratulate myself. If I get one thing done an hour, I congratulate myself because I
Yeah.
know how difficult it's being. And it's not me, it's that record player that I've got set to that same old beat
Right.
that
Right.
needs to be. rectified and shook loose and like, whoa, you're holding on to all this and you don't have to,
Right. You
you
know,
know,
that's
it's so
that
freeing.
the that what you just said, that doing that one thing, that reminds me of um a book that I read recently. It's called Atomic Habits from James Clear. I think that's his name.
Hmm.
But yeah, in that book he was talking about doing like little things here and there, little digestible, units, and then that ultimately forms, new neural pathways and into a new
Hmm.
habit. And yeah, I
Right.
find that interesting when you were saying that, when doing one little thing each time. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, one little thing. I mean, sometimes that's all you can do.
Right,
And it
right,
has to be enough. You
right.
know, who is to say at the beginning or the end of the day if you're enough other than you? If you're putting in your 100% and you're giving 25, well, that's your 100 that day, then you did everything you could.
Yeah,
If you're at 100 and you give 25, then you didn't. But if you're at 25 and you gave 100 of that, then you
yeah,
succeeded that day. I don't care
exactly.
what you're facing.
I think some people call that like that 1%, right? Like doing
That 1%. Yeah.
every day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just keep
Yeah.
going,
Showing up
right?
for yourself. Yeah.
One
But
foot in front of the
definitely,
other. Keep on
yeah.
keeping
Anything
on.
else? Keep on keeping on. Yeah.
Well,
My favorite one now is Watch Me Store. I tell everybody, Watch Me Store.
yeah, yeah,
Watch Me Store because it's positive, it's uplifting. And I went
right.
skydiving and loved it. So,
Well, that's so fitting for a
um,
Gemini too, right?
oh, yes, for Geminis also. So I want to thank everybody for watching with us today. And remember to like, follow, subscribe if you like what we're doing. If you have any questions or comments or anything that you want us to discuss, just shoot it to us. We'll be glad to do that. We're going to link, I think, email and maybe a phone number to this video. And that way, if you guys want to get a hold of us for coaching or anything that I'm going to let Dean say if he has anything, then we will be able to get back to you. Do you have anything that you want to offer?
No, just if they have any comments or anything they want to say, just put it in the comments below of the video, and then we'll go ahead and um get back to you guys. But also too, yeah, go ahead and contact us through uh the description in the link for for our contact information, stuff like that. And that'll help us to you know contact people directly.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah. Peace and love. I got half of it. Bye.